what about you hit the wee follow button if you so choose. Now, last week, 200 fascists, let's call them what they are, surrounded Dáil Éireann in Dublin and harassed staff and TDs going about their work, all because they were protesting about immigration policy. They erected a mock gallows on which were the faces of prominent politicians, resulting in 13 of their number being arrested. Well done, guards. Well done, boys. Jesus, well done, boys. Well done. Could have got a few more. Now, you want an example of their disgraceful behaviour? This is how they harangued TD Michael Healy-Rae on his way into the Dáil.
You're worse than a piece of shit!
I have to admit I don't have much sympathy for Mick, as he was a vocal opponent of refugees coming into the country when he was a councillor. And we'd be stunned to learn this. He subsequently earned 160k letting properties to refugees and migrants. So for Mickey, that was a case of the pigeons coming home to roost. And while racism is on the rise both north and south, it's most obvious in tooth and claw south of the border due to their lack of hate speech legislation, something that's getting rushed through at the present moment. And it's led to some disgusting examples, such as this outside the GPO in central Dublin.
We're all going to be overrun. You know, they're going to take over the country. That's the plan. The plan is being set 20 years ago. They want to annihilate the white people. So what they're doing is they're sending Muslims and every other colour into these white indigenous countries to dilute the white people so the Jews can take over, but they're using the Muslims to attack us on the street right now.
Oh, if only that woman's father had invested in a better quality condom, we'd have been spared her insane rantings. Now, it would be funny. It would be funny if it wasn't so sick. But she somehow managed to come up with a conspiracy theory which merges age-old foes Judaism and Islam in a concerted campaign to overthrow the indigenous white race. I would get her to check her own DNA because she doesn't look too indigenous to me, I'm telling you. But such blatant stupidity indicates these people have little connection with reality, much less local history. For if they had any grasp of Irish history, they'd know that 2 million Irish were forced to emigrate during the Great Famine of 1845 to 52. And that being the case, for any Irish citizen to argue that we should now pull up the drawbridge and block other migrants in similar need is, in my view, obscene. I'm not saying open the borders, but we could do more. Because, see, at that time, the vast majority of the emigres, they went to the US. Okay, we all know that. But Ireland has acted like an incubating chamber for the world. We've been migrating constantly before and after, vomiting our young around the planet, as demonstrated in this map, showing how the Irish have ended up in India, South America, Africa, even New Zealand, and everywhere in between. So we must face down the racists. For make no mistake, they aren't fighting to stop Polish, Spanish, German, or Dutch immigration. They're fighting to stop black immigration. And that fight they will not win. Forget about waiting for the politicians. They're all on holiday. Each one of us have a responsibility to welcome those who want to make Ireland their home. And I know we're not a big country, but we are comparatively a rich country. And with our wealth, I don't think it's measured in pounds or euros, but in how we treat those in need. Something we have been known for centuries. Example. As you know, I take the odd walk up Cave Hill when my back allows me. And on my travels, I meet loads of tourists, and many of them are lost and they're asking directions. And if I'm feeling in a good mood, I will occasionally point them in the right direction. So, recently I was coming down the hill when I met a black couple on their way up. We got talking, and they informed me that they just moved to Belfast. And I left them with this. In that case, welcome home. Welcome home. Here's the perverse paradox. In a few weeks, we'll all be celebrating the world's most famous refugee story. You know the one? You know the one where the pregnant woman is forced to flee her home due to threats of violence and ends up giving birth in a stable because nobody will give her a bed. Don't be the person arguing there's no room at the inn. Because you see, when you strip away the extraneous, such as culture, colour, and creed, there's only one race, the human race.
That's all, folks.